Morning everyone, welcome to Ainsley News. It's Wednesday, 20th of October, edging very close to the end of the month and closer to the end of the year. Today we're talking platinum and silver. Brigden says buy now. Whilst we most certainly look back in abject wonder at this current economic setup, whether we do so with glee or regret largely depends on how you position yourself to either profit from it or watch your wealth evaporate before your eyes. Last night saw the S&P 500 post another night of gains as it heads towards retesting all-time highs. It does this on the same night that the Atlanta Fed revised its GDP now forecast for the US to just 0.5%. It was only a week ago where we reported the Atlanta Fed with a track record of it getting it right more than most and bucked a bullish trend and estimated 1.2% GDP for this third quarter. And it was only a couple of months ago where they had this with the rest of the crowd up at around 6%. Quite clearly, the Atlanta Fed sees trouble ahead. It also does this as inflation prints, surveys and industry leaders at the coalface, pardon the fun, or pun, warn that this is not transitory and the spectre of stagflation is most definitely real. The experts who are not only in that optimistic blue band are also completely at odds in terms of being overweight equities whilst being pessimistic about the economy. Yep, you read that right. The latest Bank of America Fund Managers Survey has the biggest divergence between the two in its entire history. To be clear, they are all in shares, whilst at the same time expecting a weaker economy. But they don't know a weaker economy would likely mean weaker profits in the companies that they're currently buying. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, sure, they know that with rising inflation and a poor economy, their profit margins will decrease. Yep, it's the lowest since the COVID recession, which kicked off last year. As we started today's piece, surely we will look back and wonder at this and this article. But we also said you could profit from it. The brilliant macro insiders Julian Brigden posted an urgent flash update last night given recent deployment in markets. Brigden trades a wide range of instruments and commodities and is a true macro guy along with partner Raoul Pal. His update from October in InFocus paper is on the basis that factors seeing weakness in the S&P 500 has seemingly miraculously lifted or disappeared, namely that the current transitory inflation surge might be significantly less transient than policymakers and most investors would like. Here's a bit of what he had to say. That's Julian Brigden. Equities have been assailed by rising short-term rates, a fairly strong USD, the uncertainties of China's handling of the Evergrande debacle, and still failed to crack. Clearly, FOMO and TINA, if you haven't heard of TINA before, is there is no alternative, are still at play. USD strength may now be beginning to roll. If so, it's time to re-enter some combination of precious metal and mining plays. Despite rising rate hike expectations, USD strength may have started to roll over. This may be partly attributed to the fact that other G10 front-end rates have risen just as fast or faster than the US. The UK is a standout where hawkish rhetoric from the Governor of the Bank of England caused a paroxysm in short rate futures on Monday. Thus, it appears that just when investors were reconciling themselves to the counter-trend rally in the US dollar persisting, the first signs of US dollar weakness have appeared, especially against commodity currencies. A necessary precondition for us is to get more positive in our approach to precious metals, and thus has been fulfilled. Is it sufficient? The chart we're going to show you online, sneak over to our news page, of course, is the breadth of gold. It's now beginning to show some independent strength. And we've noticed that over the last 2 weeks as well, in both gold and silver. Another tell is the gold-silver ratio, which tends to be correlated with bullish precious metals markets. The price relative to gold has broken its uptrend line, which just began to around the FOMC pivot to tapering in their June meeting. Whatever the catalyst, recent price action has turned very positive for all four precious metals, gold, silver, platinum and palladium. Platinum has been a focus of mine for some time and now finally appears to have unambiguously broken out. I like platinum's fundamentals and have been keeping an eye on it. Back in March 2021, deep dive, the hydrogen revolution, I talked about how the push for clean energy could lead to significantly increased demand for various materials, including silver, platinum and uranium. Platinum. I'm keen to buy the current platinum breakout. Platinum broke the downtrend line of the US dollar 980 last Friday. After a few days of consolidation, it seems ready to test of the May highs near USD 1300. As an aside, we now again have plentiful supply of 1 ounce and 10 ounce minted platinum bars. They're now Credit Suisse instead of Bard bars to complement the 1 ounce platinum Perth Mint Ruse. You can check them out at our online shop at ANZ Bullion. We will discuss tomorrow about the great story that is platinum. Silver, we're trading above the 50-day moving average again. The downtrend line from May comes in just above USD $23. Silver broke high last week, pulled back, survived the threat of higher short-term rates and pushed on. This is a very good sign. Buy here, US dollar $24 with a stop below USD 22. The initial target is a test of the 2021 highs at $30. Ultimately, my original target of US dollar $35 is entirely plausible. And what about gold? Brigden is waiting for it to clear US dollar 1825 or 1,825 US dollars before re-entering his trade. That's only $55 away at the time of us reading this news. So not too far there before Brigden buys back in at gold. Some great insight there from Brigden and Ralpal, and a few other things there too from the Atlanta Fed. Hope you enjoyed the news. Jump over to anzbullion.com.au for all things physical, gold, silver and platinum. anzwealth.com.au if you're after any cryptocurrency you can buy and have sent to your wallet within hours, within minutes. Give us a call, buy over the counter, have it done as quick as possible. You can buy online, anzwealth.com.au. Check out goldsilverstandard.com. That's our own cryptocurrency built and backed by real gold and real silver, stored at Reserve Vault and third-party audited for your peace of mind. And that's it for today, everyone. We'll catch you tomorrow for more news.